For thousands of years, the Euphrates River has been a lifeline, sustaining civilizations and carrying secrets of the past. But now, this ancient river has mysteriously dried up, unveiling something astonishing. Stretching over 1,700 miles, the Euphrates has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, from Mesopotamia to modern times. Its sudden disappearance has left experts puzzled and the world in awe. As archaeologists and scientists delve into the newly exposed riverbed, they uncover remnants of a hidden past. What could this ancient river be hiding beneath its waters for so long? Stay tuned as we reveal the remarkable discoveries. Before diving into the shocking discoveries made in the Euphrates River, it's important to understand the immense significance this river holds in human history. The Euphrates is the 15th longest river in Asia and the longest in Western Asia, stretching approximately 2,780 kilometers. It flows through a vast drainage area of 440,000 square kilometers, covering 6 countries. This river has been a crucial part of human civilization for thousands of years. Together with the Tigris River, the Euphrates defines the region known as Mesopotamia, which translates to the land between rivers. Mesopotamia is often called the cradle of civilization because it is where some of the earliest and most influential cultures emerged and flourished. In ancient times, the Euphrates was much more than just a water source, it served as a vital highway for trade and communication. Its fertile banks supported the growth of crops, leading to the rise of some of the world's first cities and powerful empires, including the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. These civilizations left a lasting mark on history by building impressive structures, developing writing systems, and making groundbreaking advancements in science and mathematics, all thanks to the rich resources provided by the Euphrates River. One of the first great civilizations to emerge along the banks of the Euphrates was the Sumerians around 4,500 years before the Common Era. The Sumerians are credited with creating the first cities in human history, such as Uruk, Ur, and Eridu. These cities were remarkable for their advanced architecture, featuring ziggurats, massive temple complexes that towered over the landscape and served as focal points for religious and civic life. Additionally, the Sumerians developed one of the earliest writing systems known as cuneiform, which they used to document everything from administrative records to epic literature, including the famous Epic of Gilgamesh. Following the Sumerians, the Akkadians rose to prominence, founding the Akkadian Empire around 2,334 years before the Common Era under the leadership of Sargon the Great. This empire is notable for being the world's first, stretching from the Mediterranean Sea all the way to the Persian Gulf. The Akkadians adopted much of Sumerian culture and language, further spreading these early advancements throughout the region. This cultural exchange set the stage for the rise of subsequent civilizations. Around 1,894 years before the Common Era, the Babylonians emerged as a powerful force. Babylon, their capital city, became one of the most renowned cities in ancient history. Under the rule of King Hammurabi from 1792 to 1750 BCE, the Babylonians established the Code of Hammurabi. This remarkable legal code is one of the earliest and most complete written sets of laws, laying the groundwork for concepts of justice and governance that would influence many cultures in the centuries to come. Another dominant civilization, the Assyrians, thrived along the upper Euphrates around 2,500 years before the Common Era and later expanded to form the Assyrian Empire from 911 to 609 BCE. Renowned for their military strength and architectural achievements, the Assyrians built the grand city of Nineveh, which became a center of culture and power. They also established a vast library filled with thousands of clay tablets that provide invaluable insights into ancient Mesopotamian life, knowledge, and achievements. But how did all these developments contribute to human progress, and now that the Euphrates River has dried up, what shocking discovery was found? Keep watching to find out. The civilizations along the Euphrates River made remarkable contributions to human progress that have shaped our world in many ways. One of the most significant advancements was the practice of large-scale agriculture. Thanks to the river's fertile floodplains, these early societies could cultivate vast fields of crops. The Sumerians, in particular, developed sophisticated irrigation systems to control water flow from the Euphrates. This innovation allowed them to grow surplus crops, which not only supported larger populations but also paved the way for the rise of cities and complex societies. With agricultural abundance came the ability to establish thriving communities. As people settled into permanent towns and cities, they began to develop intricate social structures and cultures. Another vital advancement was writing and record-keeping. The Sumerians invented cuneiform, one of the earliest writing systems, which enabled them to document everything from trade transactions to laws and literature. This writing system was later adopted and adapted by the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, helping preserve their cultures and histories for future generations. Mathematics and astronomy also flourished in this region. The Babylonians created a base 60 number system, which is why we have 60 seconds in a minute and 360 degrees in a circle today. Their keen observations of the night sky led to significant advancements in astronomy. They accurately tracked the movements of planets and stars, which helped them develop early calendars and predict celestial events. This knowledge was essential for agricultural planning and religious ceremonies, reflecting their deep connection to the cosmos. The Euphrates River held profound cultural and religious significance for the people of Mesopotamia. Many of their myths and legends revolved around the river and its life-giving properties. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known literary works, the Euphrates plays a crucial role in the adventures of its hero, Gilgamesh. The river symbolized both life and challenge, embodying the struggles and triumphs of humanity. Religious practices were also central to life along the Euphrates. Temples and ziggurats built along its banks served not only as places of worship but also as community gathering spots. The Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians believed their gods resided in these magnificent structures, prompting them to make offerings and perform rituals to honor their deities. The connection between the river and their spirituality was a vital part of their identity. Several key historical events unfolded along the Euphrates River, significantly impacting the course of history. Around 539 years before the Common Era, the Persian king Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon, marking the end of the Babylonian Empire and the rise of the Persian Empire. This monumental event transformed the region's culture and politics, leading to new governance structures and interactions among different peoples. In 331 years before the Common Era, Alexander the Great defeated the Persian Empire at the Battle of Gaugamela, located near the Euphrates. This victory dramatically changed the course of history as it led to the spread of Greek culture throughout the region. The blend of Greek and local traditions during this period, known as the Hellenistic era, created a rich tapestry of cultural exchange that influenced art, philosophy, and governance for centuries to come. Recent reports have confirmed a troubling reality: the Euphrates River, a historic lifeline for civilization and a vital source of fresh water in a very dry part of the world, is experiencing a dramatic reduction in its water levels. This river serves over 23 million people and is essential for both drinking water and agriculture. However, the alarming decline in its flow is already intensifying conflicts and creating challenges for farmers trying to survive. But what exactly is causing this rapid decline in such an important water source? One of the primary reasons for the Euphrates River drying up is climate change. Over the past few decades, our planet's climate has been shifting due to increasing greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This change has led to rising temperatures and altered weather patterns around the globe. In the Middle East, where the Euphrates flows, these climate changes have resulted in hotter and drier conditions. Higher temperatures increase the rate of evaporation, causing more water to escape from the river into the atmosphere. At the same time, reduced rainfall in the region has led to significantly lower water levels in the river. Without enough rain to replenish its flow, the Euphrates struggles to maintain its usual levels. Scientific studies indicate that rainfall in the Middle East has decreased notably over the last century, contributing significantly to the river's alarming decline. Another significant factor in the drying of the Euphrates is the construction of dams. Countries along the river, particularly Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, have built numerous dams to harness the river's water for electricity, irrigation, and drinking needs. While these dams are crucial for providing essential resources, they also drastically reduce the amount of water flowing downstream. For example, Turkey's southeastern Anatolia project includes the construction of 22 dams on the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. These structures have significantly diminished the water flow into Syria and Iraq. Similarly, Syria has built several dams on the Euphrates to meet its own water demands, further reducing the river's flow into Iraq. As a result, by the time the river reaches Iraq, its water levels are much lower than in previous decades. Water management practices in the region also contribute to the drying of the Euphrates. Over the years, countries along the river have extracted large amounts of water for agriculture, industry, and domestic use. Agricultural irrigation, in particular, consumes a substantial portion of the river's water. Traditional irrigation methods, such as flood irrigation, are often inefficient and lead to significant water wastage. While modern techniques like drip irrigation can use water more efficiently, they are not widely adopted in the region. This high demand for water, combined with inefficient usage, has further depleted the river's vital resources. Recent scientific data and reports confirm the drastic reduction in the Euphrates River's water flow. Studies conducted by various organizations, including the United Nations and local environmental agencies, reveal that the river's flow has decreased by more than 60% over the past few decades. Satellite imagery and on-the-ground measurements indicate that many parts of the river have completely dried up. For instance, in Iraq, sections of the Euphrates that once supported thriving communities are now barren and cracked, leaving behind a stark reminder of the river's former glory. The alarming decline of the Euphrates raises critical questions about the future of the millions of people who depend on this vital river. How will communities adapt to the decreasing water levels? As water levels drop, the tributaries that feed into the Euphrates are also being affected. Many communities along the river rely heavily on it for irrigation, and the dwindling water supply is making it increasingly difficult for farmers to grow crops. This struggle leads to reduced agricultural productivity, directly impacting food security for thousands of families who depend on farming for their livelihoods. With less food being produced, prices may rise significantly, making it harder for people to afford basic necessities. Imagine the stress of knowing you might not have enough food to feed your family because the river is drying up. The decline in water flow doesn't just threaten agriculture, it has far-reaching effects on other vital sectors, such as fishing and tourism. With fewer fish in the river, local fishermen are losing their primary source of income, creating economic hardship for those who have relied on fishing for generations. Families who once thrived on their catches now face uncertainty about their future. Many animals depend on the river for their very survival, including river otters, sea birds, and water buffalo. These creatures are now facing the same uncertainty as the human communities, with their habitats shrinking and food sources becoming scarce. The river is home to several endangered or threatened species of birds, making its health and preservation even more critical. Among the bird species that rely on the Euphrates are the marbled teal, reed warbler, Dalmatian pelican, marbled duck, black-tailed godwit, spotted eagle, and steppe eagle. These birds depend on the river's wetlands and surrounding areas for breeding, feeding, and migration. The reduction in water levels and habitat destruction poses a significant threat to their populations. Conservationists are particularly concerned about these species, as the loss of the Euphrates would mean the loss of one of their vital habitats. One of the most endangered inhabitants of the Euphrates River is the Euphrates soft-shell turtle. This unique species is found only in a few areas along the river, making its conservation a high priority. The drying of the river has had a severe impact on these turtles, as they require specific water conditions and habitats to survive. With their environment rapidly disappearing, the future of the Euphrates soft-shell turtle hangs in the balance. Additionally, the once scenic beauty of the Euphrates, which attracted tourists and boosted the local economy, is fading away. As the river's health deteriorates, so does the tourism industry, leading to further economic challenges for communities that depend on visitors. Without tourists, local businesses suffer, and jobs disappear, exacerbating the already difficult living conditions. As the river continues to dry up, some communities may be forced to relocate in search of water and better living conditions. This displacement creates numerous social and economic challenges, including the urgent need for new infrastructure, housing, and resources to support relocated populations. Imagine suddenly having to leave your home and adapt to a completely new environment. Communities might struggle to find adequate resources and services, leading to tensions and conflicts over limited supplies. This can create divisions among groups who may compete for dwindling resources, further complicating the situation. The lack of clean water from the Euphrates has severe health implications for the people living in the region. Many rely on the river for drinking water, and as it dries up, they face increasing water scarcity and contamination issues. This scarcity can lead to higher instances of waterborne diseases and poor sanitation conditions, particularly in rural areas where access to clean water and healthcare is already limited. Vulnerable populations, including children and the elderly, are often the most affected by these health challenges. Imagine the fear parents feel when they can't provide safe drinking water for their children, knowing it could lead to serious health problems. As the Euphrates River finally dries up, a remarkable discovery has surfaced from its riverbed, leaving many in awe. What had been hidden beneath the waters for thousands of years is now coming to light, revealing a treasure trove of ancient artifacts and structures. This monumental find has captivated archaeologists and historians around the globe, offering fresh insights into the rich civilizations that once thrived along this historic river. When the river began to recede, local villagers were astonished to see unusual objects emerging from the parched riverbed. They stumbled upon pieces of beautifully crafted pottery, ancient tools, and even remnants of long-forgotten buildings. Filled with curiosity and excitement, they reported their findings to local authorities, who swiftly contacted archaeologists to delve deeper into this unfolding mystery. An archaeological team was assembled, ready to explore what lay beneath the surface. Little did they know, this expedition would uncover a significant piece of history. Upon arrival, the archaeological team quickly realized that their initial findings far exceeded their expectations. As they began their investigation, they uncovered a remarkable array of artifacts that hinted at the existence of a previously unknown ancient settlement. The excitement among the archaeologists was palpable. Could this be the key to understanding a lost civilization? Dr. Ahmed Rahman, the lead archaeologist, was amazed by the discoveries. "This is a once-in-a-lifetime discovery," he exclaimed. "The sheer number and variety of artifacts suggest we are looking at a major historical site. It's like opening a time capsule from thousands of years ago." Each day brought new findings, and the team worked tirelessly, carefully excavating the site with a mix of excitement and responsibility, knowing that their work could profoundly alter our understanding of history. The first artifacts to emerge were stunning pieces of pottery and various tools, each telling its own story. The pottery was intricately designed with elaborate patterns and symbols that reflected a rich cultural heritage. Some pieces were simple and functional, indicating everyday use, while others were more ornate, possibly reserved for rituals or symbolizing status within the community. Alongside the pottery, the team unearthed an impressive collection of tools made from both stone and metal. These included knives, hammers, and sickles, showcasing advanced craftsmanship and hinting at the daily activities of this ancient civilization. Among the remarkable artifacts discovered in the riverbed were stunning pieces of jewelry crafted from gold, silver, and precious stones. The collection included exquisite necklaces, elegant bracelets, and intricate rings, each showcasing the incredible artistic skills of the ancient craftsmen who created them. These beautiful items not only highlight the talent of the artisans but also provide fascinating insights into the fashion trends and social status of the people who once inhabited this area. In addition to the jewelry, the archaeological team found small figurines and amulets, which suggest that religious or spiritual practices were an essential part of daily life. These items may have held significant meaning for the people, perhaps serving as symbols of protection or devotion. As the team dug deeper into the site, they began to uncover the foundations of buildings, revealing even more about this ancient community. The structures uncovered included a variety of buildings, such as homes, workshops, and public buildings. The layout of these structures indicated a well-organized settlement, complete with planned streets and communal areas designed for gathering. The arrangement of the buildings hinted at a community that valued both organization and social interaction. Imagine walking through a bustling neighborhood where families lived and worked side by side, sharing their lives in a vibrant environment. Some walls of these ancient buildings still bore remnants of decorative frescoes, showcasing that the inhabitants had a deep appreciation for art and beauty. The vibrant colors and intricate designs would have added life and character to their living spaces, suggesting a culture rich in creativity and expression. Perhaps the most remarkable discovery was the remains of what appeared to be a lost city. The city's layout featured wide streets, spacious public squares, and complex irrigation systems, all of which demonstrated advanced urban planning for its time. The discovery of this city could significantly change our understanding of ancient Mesopotamian civilization. Researchers believe this city may have served as a vital trading hub or a cultural center, strategically located along the Euphrates River, facilitating trade and interaction among various communities. Among the many artifacts, the team also uncovered clay tablets inscribed with cuneiform writing. These tablets are incredibly valuable for understanding the language, administration, and daily life of the ancient inhabitants. The inscriptions contained records of trade transactions, legal documents, and even possibly literary works. Deciphering these texts could unlock detailed insights into the governance, economy, and cultural practices of the civilization. The archaeological team also found various items related to religious practices, such as altars, statues of deities, and ceremonial objects. These findings suggest that religion played a central role in the lives of the ancient people, guiding their daily routines and community gatherings. The statues and altars were often discovered in specific areas of the city, indicating designated places of worship where people came together to express their beliefs and celebrate important events. The bigger picture. The discoveries along the Euphrates River are much more than just isolated artifacts. They are part of a grand story that paints a vivid picture of the ancient world. For centuries, this river has served as a vital lifeline for countless civilizations, playing an essential role in agriculture, trade, and cultural exchange. As the Euphrates continues to reveal its secrets, researchers are uncovering exciting connections to other historical sites, helping us understand how ancient peoples lived, thrived, and interacted across different regions. Dr. Ahmed Rahman and his dedicated team recognize the immense responsibility that comes with their findings. Each artifact they uncover has the potential to reshape our understanding of history, connecting the dots between various ancient civilizations and their unique cultures. With every new discovery, they are piecing together a larger puzzle that could transform our view of the past forever. The Euphrates River is more than just a body of water. It holds profound significance in various religious texts, including the Bible. Its mention in these ancient scriptures adds layers of mystery and prophecy to its current state, making recent discoveries along its dried riverbed even more intriguing. Let's delve into the Bible's references to the Euphrates and explore how ancient prophecies might connect to these recent findings. The biblical foundations of the Euphrates River. The Euphrates River is one of the 4 rivers mentioned in the book of Genesis, the first book of the Bible. According to Genesis 2 verses 10 to 14, the Euphrates, along with the Tigris, Pishon, and Gihon, flowed out of the Garden of Eden. This makes the Euphrates not just a geographical landmark but also a symbol of divine creation and the beginning of human civilization. Imagine this mighty river as part of the world's earliest stories, linking us to the very roots of human existence. In the Bible, the Euphrates often symbolizes boundaries and borders. For instance, God promised Abraham that his descendants would inherit the land from the Nile to the Euphrates, Genesis 15 verse 18. This promise made the river a significant marker in the biblical narrative of the Promised Land. It set the stage for the unfolding story of the Israelites and their journey to claim the land given to them by divine covenant. Picture the Euphrates as a beacon, guiding the footsteps of generations towards their destined homeland. One of the most intriguing references to the Euphrates River in the Bible is found in the book of Revelation. Revelation 16 verse 12 states, "The 6th angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." This verse is part of a series of prophecies about the end times, where various calamities and signs signify the approaching final judgment. This particular prophecy about the Euphrates drying up has fascinated theologians and scholars for centuries. Could the drying of the river be a harbinger of significant future events? Connecting ancient prophecies with recent discoveries. The recent drying up of the Euphrates River has sparked a renewed interest in ancient prophecies. There are various interpretations of the biblical prophecies concerning the Euphrates River. Some believe these prophecies are metaphorical, symbolizing the removal of barriers and the opening of pathways for major geopolitical changes. Others take a more literal approach, viewing the drying up of the Euphrates as a sign of imminent apocalyptic events. This diversity of interpretations keeps the discussions vibrant and ongoing, as people seek to understand what these ancient words might mean for us today. The connection between the drying of the Euphrates River and the uncovering of a lost civilization raises profound questions about the broader implications of these events. Some religious scholars suggest that the revelation of these ancient secrets could indeed be part of the prophetic narrative. They argue that the exposure of hidden knowledge and the resurfacing of long-lost cities might signal the unfolding of biblical prophecies. According to these scholars, the current events could be seen as a series of signs pointing toward the realization of ancient predictions. While these interpretations are certainly intriguing, it's essential to approach them with an open mind. The drying of the Euphrates and the subsequent discoveries can be viewed from various perspectives, both religious and scientific. From a scientific standpoint, the drying of the Euphrates is primarily attributed to climate change, dam construction, and regional water management practices. These factors have collectively led to a reduced water flow, which has, in turn, exposed parts of the riverbed that were previously submerged. The discovery of artifacts and structures is a natural consequence of these environmental changes, offering valuable insights into the region's history. From a religious perspective, the timing of these events and their alignment with biblical prophecies are seen as more than just coincidence. For believers, it reinforces the idea that ancient scriptures hold timeless truths and that current events are part of a divine plan. The rediscovery of lost cities and artifacts might be viewed as a sign of God's unfolding purpose and a reminder of the historical significance of the Euphrates River. Some see this as a fulfillment of ancient predictions, while others view it as a natural result of environmental changes. Either way, these events highlight the lasting importance of the Euphrates River in both history and religion. Balancing these perspectives, it is clear that the drying of the Euphrates and the archaeological discoveries are significant events with multiple layers of meaning. Whether viewed through the lens of science or faith, they offer a unique opportunity to explore the intersection of history, prophecy, and contemporary events. As researchers continue to study the uncovered artifacts and structures, they will likely shed more light on the ancient civilizations that once thrived along the Euphrates. This, in turn, will enrich our understanding of human history and the cultural heritage of the region. The findings along the Euphrates are not just isolated discoveries, they are part of a much larger story about the ancient world. The river has been a vital lifeline for civilizations for centuries, playing a crucial role in agriculture, trade, and culture. As the river continues to reveal its secrets, researchers are uncovering connections to other historical sites, deepening our understanding of how ancient peoples lived, thrived, and interacted across regions. Dr. Ahmed Rahman and his team understand the weight of their responsibility. Each artifact they uncover could reshape our understanding of history, connecting the dots between various ancient civilizations. With every new find, they are piecing together a larger puzzle that may change our view of the past forever. Could this discovery be a fulfillment of ancient prophecies? Only time will tell, but for now, the Euphrates River remains a source of fascination and mystery, linking us to the ancient world in ways we are only beginning to understand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Before you leave, check out the next video that pops up on your screen.